Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Thursday, March 28th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. Ship update. Guatemalan president. Reparations at the UN. And March Madness kicks back up. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, it's being reported that cargo ship suffered a severe electrical problem while docked for 2 days before the crash. An official at the port of Baltimore said those 2 days they were having serious electrical outages. It was a total power failure, loss of engine power, everything. She said refrigerated boxes kept tripping breakers while mechanics had generators running while they were trying to fix the ship. 10 ships are stuck inside the port of Baltimore, can't get out. We also have found out that of the 8 construction workers, 3 are Mexican nationals, 1 from El Salvador, 1 from Honduras, and 2 Guatemalans. Speaking of Guatemala, Kamala Harris in 2021 went to Guatemala, stood next to the then president, and said to the people of Guatemala, "Do not come." But the people of Guatemala knew what was really going on. And since then, there have been 709,000 encounters of Guatemalans at our border. Those are just the people we know of. Well, Guatemala's new president visited the White House. He was asked if his people heeded Kamala Harris's plea 3 years ago. He shrugged his shoulders and said, "Well, I don't know. You do the numbers." The new president was in D.C. He told the Biden administration that the U.S. needs more economic investment in Guatemala. He said Guatemala needs more factories, work that can begin to produce and create jobs. That's fundamentally what we're most interested in. The Biden administration committed another $1 billion on top of the $5.2 billion they've already committed to Guatemala. The Secretary General of the United Nations, a socialist from Portugal, like literally he was the president of the Socialist Party, he was the prime minister of Portugal, called for reparations for Africans. Descendants of enslaved Africans and people of African descent are still fighting for equal rights and freedoms around the world. We call for reparatory justice frameworks, that's reparations, to help overcome generations of exclusion and discrimination. Don't keep your eye off this. If we vote certain people in office for a long enough time, this absolutely will happen. March Madness kicks back off tonight. Of the 16 teams remaining, the lowest seed is an 11, NC State. They had to beat a 6 and a 14 to get here. The lowest seed after that is Clemson at 6, and Gonzaga, San Diego State at 5. Other than that, they're all top seeds. The team that most people chose to win their brackets, UConn. 26% of people picked UConn to win it all, more than the second and third place teams, Houston and North Carolina, combined. The championship game is next Monday. I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. The great Bill O'Reilly has your message of the day. Next.
Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Thursday, the collapse of social order in America is not hard to see. Foreign nationals treated better than working and poor citizens, violent criminals going unpunished, skin color preferences dominating universities and many companies. It's all on vivid display. One of the reasons the USA is in steep decline is poor leadership. We give politicians power to solve problems, not create them. President Biden single-handedly trashed immigration law by opening the border. That was insane. And that led to a variety of horrors, including a massive influx of deadly narcotics that are killing hundreds of thousands of Americans. Yet despite the visible and provable carnage, Mr. Biden shows no remorse or even a desire to stop the madness. And his party, the Democrats, back him faithfully. But Biden is not the primary problem. The biggest danger to this country is the mindset of voters who will cast ballots for him in November. Tens of millions will. As the cliche goes, what are they thinking? Likely, many of them are focused only on themselves. Also, a lot of voters are apathetic about our national weakness. Weakness that's causing death and destruction. The folks who accept the dangerous disorder we are seeing are the real problem in this country. But they will never acknowledge that. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. All right, let's go to the mail. We got Charles. The Daniel Penny case in New York and the murdered cop, Jonathan Diller, underscore the problem with the administration of criminal justice. Voters support mayors and DAs who do not prosecute crime because the criminal justice system is racist. Nothing will change unless the voters want things to change. That is one of the best emails we've gotten, Charles. You nailed it 100%. My message of the day is, unless the voters of this country wise up, we will continue our descent into chaos, carnage, and violence. Down to voters. Janet, concierge member, Bragg is pushing this case against Daniel Penny because he's white and the victim is black. I can't say for sure. Mitch Feinsod, Panama City, Florida, you are absolutely correct. O'Reilly, RFK Jr. will definitely pull votes from Biden. He's cut from the same cloth as the rest of the Kennedy clan. He's a Democrat and will help Trump get reelected. We'll see. He's going to be there. RFK is going to be there. Not good news for Biden. Dean, thank you, O'Reilly, for keeping the truth alive. As much as I appreciate your efforts, however, the corrupt media is winning the battle. Wish it were not so. Maybe. We're on the ascent. We're on the rise. But you might be right. I'm fighting a good fight. Raymond Spitzer, Ajo, Arizona. Bill, thank you for highlighting and teaching self-reliance. My church does the same thing, so the concept is not dead. I'm glad. Church has got to get more involved in contemporary life, you know? Absolutely. In a moment, something you might not know. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Today is Holy Thursday, a time when millions of Christians honor the Last Supper of Jesus. Here is the history behind Holy Thursday. According to Scripture, the day before the Nazarene's execution was vital to the faith he was developing. Within a span of a few hours, Jesus ate the Passover meal, held the first Mass, created the priesthood, was betrayed by Judas, taken to Jewish elders, and eventually Roman leader Pontius Pilate. The following day, the Nazarene was sentenced to death for blasphemy, but the real reason was political retribution. The humble stonecutter from Nazareth had become way too powerful. Thousands were following him instilling fear in Jewish and Roman authorities. Early Christians began celebrating Holy Week in the 4th century. The specific rites and rituals were formalized by the Vatican in the year 800 AD. The 72-hour period is the most penitent time of the Catholic calendar. And here's something else you might not know. Today, Holy Thursday is celebrated all over the world in different ways. Guatemalans create religious art using sawdust. In Jamaica, cracking an egg into a glass of water brings good luck. For the Germans, it is illegal to dance. Nightclubs in Catholic areas close between Thursday and Easter Sunday. Violating that order sometimes carries a €1,000 fine. In France, church bells are disabled until Easter. Scandinavia, the holiday is connected with the persecution of witches. Children go door to door for coins and candy. For folks in the Philippines, Holy Thursday means no television. Most stations go off the air. Here in the USA, 10 states recognize Holy Thursday as an official holiday. According to a recent poll from Rasmussen, 70% of Americans will honor Holy Week, but just a third view the crucifixion and resurrection as a religious event. Back after this. Our freedoms should never be taken for granted. They must be cherished, protected, and defended. When corporations pander to the liberal agenda, they must be punished. When corporations stand up for conservative values, they should be supported. This brings me to Freedom 2.0, the bottled water company that proudly represents us. They have hilarious sayings on each bottle like, "This water ain't woke," and "bottled with liberal tears." Use the code BILL for a 15% discount and subscribe to Freedom 2.0. We must never discount freedom, but we can discount water as long as you use the code BILL. Please visit freedom20.com to order now. That's freedom, the number 2, the letter O.com. Freedom20.com, use code BILL for 15% off. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.